Hey everyone, this is Rob.
Hey, Michelle.
And welcome to Bunebape, your weekly podcast on everything you need to know about old school RuneScape. Alright, so this week up on the Space Rocket, we have, of course, as always, our account and video progress and updates, all the good stuff. I think Michelle has quite a lot to talk about. I don't have nearly as much. And the second thing we're going to be going over, of course, is GIM, how it's been going a week later, how everything turned out. Of course, there's also a really cool Group Iron Man comic, actually, that came out. Yeah, OSRS came out with one. It's pretty neat. And also we'll be talking about the hotfixes. The third thing we're going to be going over is going to be the Tomb of Amascut, as well as its rewards. There's a little blurb put out today about the... They have like a full write-up on all of the rewards. Of course, they already released the rewards previously and we know what they are, but they have like more in-depth detail on what they're going to do, the actual stats for each weapon, what the names are going to be, as well as concept art that does look pretty cool.
I want to see the concept art.
Yeah. And lastly, we'll be going over, we have some sad news about a quick hint. It's going to be about Mod Sween. And then lastly, we have
He didn't die. Let's just start with that.
No deaths on this podcast so far. And so I'll also Q&A. So we have quite a few questions this week from the community, so we'll be going over those lastly.
Yeah, we have 6 questions actually from 3 different people.
Yeah, pretty hype. But before we get into any of that, of course, as always, Michelle, how is it going?
Really, really good.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So I've done a lot this week. As you all know, it's been 17, 18 weeks I've been working on Slayer.
Oh, no, way more than that, like 17, 18 years probably.
Yeah, I think about 17, 18 years. I finally got 93 Slayer.
Nice.
Only yesterday. We're actually recording this 2.5 hours before it's going to go out. Wow, I'm going to have to edit this fast.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a lot going on yesterday, but I finally got 93 Slayer, and then I got my Void yesterday. I was streaming until like 11:30 p.m., just working on getting my Void.
Yeah, she was working on Void like almost all day yesterday.
Yeah, basically all day. And then today I went and got the rest of my Chompy kills, so I now have Western Elite done.
Nice, finally, right?
Oh, yeah. And I forgot to mention, I did the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, the boss. That's why I had to get my Slayer up. It was mega easy. I thought it was going to be harder.
No, very chill boss.
It was a pretty chill boss, yeah. I mean, I only did 1 kill, so who knows how long he could actually stay there.
Yeah, it also makes sense. It's kind of like Kraken, where it doesn't really even drop, like, really anything. I mean, the smoke staff, of course, is worth something, but
and the
besides
pet's pretty
that,
sick.
Yeah, but besides that, it's kind of like, I guess this is not the worst task ever, I guess.
Yeah, we'll see if I actually do it on task. I mean, I'm going to take a long break from Slayer, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you could just continue to do Slayer, but just not do it every second of the day that you're playing.
Exactly, yeah. Other than that, I got my mage up to 95. I got my range to 97. I'm actually so close to getting to 98. So I think one of the next things I want to do is actually just go and grind out to get 99 ranged.
Oh, okay.
And it would be my third 99 because I got 99 hit points the other day.
Yeah, you sure did. You got the cape too, right?
I did get the cape, and it's trimmed, and it's really cute trimmed because it has the red stripe on the side.
Oh, really cute. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, some of them don't look good, like, trimmed or untrimmed, honestly, but this one looks nice trimmed.
Okay, cool. That's good.
Yeah, so lots of exciting things happening over here. I'm currently killing chompies, hoping I'm going to get the pet while we record, so I could say, oh my god, I got the pet. We'll see.
That would be pretty insane.
That's why I was doing it before we started recording, hoping, like, please let me get the pet.
Yeah, hopefully you just get, like, one of the earliest chompy birds ever.
I was hoping I'd make a record, but not yet.
Yeah,
I was also hoping I'd get the pet in my first Thermonuclear Smoke Devil too, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, just go kill all the bosses in the game once to hopefully get a pet.
You know, it happens to people all the time.
Apparently, yeah, I do see the videos.
I'm just waiting for it to happen to me.
Oh, yeah.
I think I got 24 Skatizo kills in, so I should be getting the Dark Claw on the next kill.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
Yeah, well, now I have like 2,700 Slayer points, so I can, if I get like pieces of bosses, I could do 2 helms like immediately.
Yeah,
and do a third helm pretty soon. Oh yeah, I hit 500 Slayer tasks, so I got 700 points.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that'd be really cool to get like a cool mask like that.
Yeah, I want to get all of them.
Yeah, eventually get all of them. Also get all the graceful, but that'll take a little bit of time.
I think that the graceful would be longer.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I was like, is that just because I'm like can't be bothered with agility anymore, or it would take longer?
No,
Huh?
I think it straight up would take longer. Also, like eventually you get less what's it called? You get less marks from Sears.
You have to switch locations.
Yeah, you'd either have to switch or it just would get even slower.
I would just switch.
Yeah. I don't know, I might stay there because it's, I don't know, I like it and the XP is good, so I don't know.
Yeah, I guess at that point I wouldn't be in it for the XP. I'd just be in it for the marks.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, that's basically all I've been doing. I think my next goal might be getting my runecrafting up to 83, so I can boost and do the Karamja. I think it's the Karamja or Falador. One of them you have to be 88. So gonna boost and do that elite. I only have 3 more elites left.
Dang, and then you'll have your diary cape, right?
That'll be amazing. Yeah. But it's going to take a lot of work because I have to get my thieving up 10 levels, my fletching up 10 levels to get the Calphite head.
those are like 2 of like the faster ones in the game, so.
Have you ever met me? Am I motivated enough to do that?
Well, no, you can AFK fletching really easily, and you get like a couple 100,000 experience just like fletching whatever.
Yeah, I was thinking I'm just going to, rather than like do Slayer, where it's all I do obsessively, I'll do like 1 level of thieving, 1 level of fletching, kind of go back and forth, just so I'm not miserable.
Yeah, you could do that too, for sure.
And then maybe I'll stream try and Calphite Queen.
I think you're going to struggle with thieving just because it's like not your thing.
It's boring.
Yeah, it's just clicking one thing forever.
Yeah, I mean, if I really get bored and don't care about experience per hour, I could always do the... What's it called? Like the summer maze thing?
Oh yeah, the gardens, whatever.
Yeah, the gardens where you can go and like make the squirk juice and trade it in.
That's such a questionable name.
It is.
Who's all like, what should we name this juice that you drink in this summer garden?
That's squirk.
Lemonade? Nah, brother. Squirk.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, that's
so
definitely
weird
one of the most
saying
questionable decisions in the past history of all of Jagex.
Yeah, other than that, I've just been streaming a lot, every single day, basically.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out. We've gotten a couple new followers, a couple new subscribers. Thank you, everyone.
Shout out to all the new subscribers, dude.
Oh,
we
yeah.
got one yesterday, so that was really cool, too.
I know, it was random. They didn't even, like, say anything. I was like, ooh, a silent one.
Yeah, shout out to Salty.
And also shout out to TY, because they said that they've been listening to the podcast since, like, we started.
Oh, yeah.
That
They stopped
so
by for
cool.
a second. They're not able to catch the streams usually.
Yeah, and to be fair, we do stream at very specific times.
Yeah, we usually stream late at night.
Yeah, like 7 to 11 p.m. Pacific Standard. So if you're in another time zone, you're not going to see it.
Yeah, to be fair, we do get a lot of people from like different time zones like the UK and Australia.
Because it's early morning and like afternoon there.
Yeah, or it's just people are crazy and don't go to bed ever.
There's a lot of people like that. I can attest to that.
Yeah, looking at you, al fresco.
Al fresco's always awake.
But yeah, so
been working
you've
on
been
that.
enjoying streaming?
Yeah, it's been fun. I think we're like 45 days strong streaming.
Yeah, we took a break. I don't remember why we took a break that one time, but we didn't stream for like a couple days, and then we got back on it. We've been like
Really
streaming
fun.
every day.
Yeah, so it's mostly been me streaming, and Rob's actually been focusing on YouTube videos. So
yeah.
I'll segue into you.
Oh, thanks. That's actually a really good segue.
Doing?
I'm doing really well. I've been having a blast playing a lot of New World. I know this isn't a New World podcast.
It's basically a New World podcast at this point.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's I mean, honestly, been going really well. I've been enjoying the game a lot. I really like MMOs, and this happens to be a pretty decent one, so I've just been playing it a lot. I'm actually playing it right now as we speak.
Yep. He's playing New World. I'm doing Chompies.
I put out a YouTube video Monday through Saturday for like the last 2 weeks straight every day. So that's kind of cool. And what's pretty hype, I guess, is what Michelle would want me to say.
Yeah, boy.
Is that we actually got over 1,000 subscribers, which allowed us to get monetized on YouTube.
Yeah, I think we might have been at last week and said like that we have to wait to get approved.
Yeah, but we actually got approved.
Mega fast.
Yeah, pretty fast.
It only took a week.
I think it's fast for us because it's like we don't have any content with like music in it, which is like one of the main reasons that people don't get monetized is like if they do unoriginal content, but all of our content is like guides and stuff with no music. So it's like practically no reason you could ever get demonetized for that stuff.
Yeah,
so.
But it was estimated that would take a month and it only took a week. So that was actually really pleasantly surprised by that.
Yeah, it was really nice. So that's really exciting.
Yeah, we're YouTube partners now.
Yeah, so we can actually, I guess kind of focus more on, well, I guess we kind of already are focusing a lot on YouTube, so I guess it kind of just paid off.
Now we've kind of done more like I'm focusing on Twitch and he's focusing on YouTube for the time being.
Yeah, also I think it's it like plays to our strengths. I think I'm like better at like technical stuff like editing and stuff like that, and you're better at
definitely better at just talking to people. Yeah,
exactly, because I'm really good at streaming if all you had to do was sit there and play video games, but
you're not as good at the like paying attention to chat and talking the entire time.
It's really easy for me to just like get sucked into my game and just not pay attention to literally anything.
Oh yeah, behind the scenes so often I have to be like, bro, look at the screen.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it is working out pretty well for us. So.
I think it's also funny because like I said, I always have to like kind of criticize you almost and be like, you need to check the chat. And then whenever I make videos, you always have to be like, hey, next time you make a video, you need to not do this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
We both have our strengths. I mean, we're still both gonna do both of these, but it's not, focus on them.
It's not mutually exclusive by any means.
Yeah, he's still gonna stream sometimes, just less often. I'm still gonna make RuneScape videos once New World dies down.
Yeah, and it's not that we're not ever gonna put out RuneScape videos or anything like that. It's just there's a lot of really great content creators in the RuneScape space, and so it's
kind of hard to get noticed.
Yeah, exactly, because it's like, well, one, the game is really old, and so there's already like a lot of guides that are even still relevant like 10 years later to some extent. So, but that's what's nice about a new MMO is you get to like literally discover literally a whole new world.
Yeah, like you could potentially be the first one making a video of its kind.
Yeah, exactly. So stuff like that is really exciting, and also it helps that I really like the game. So
that does help. I've heard that.
Yeah, exactly. So I have been putting out a lot of videos, which is nice. We randomly got lucky enough. I don't know if we mentioned this last week, but I'm gonna mention it again either way. But one of our videos got over like I think nearly, if not over, 140,000 views.
Yep. It last week it was only at like maybe 70,000, I think. Now we're at 100.
Only, yeah.
I know, it's the most we've ever. It's more views than like any of our videos had total.
Oh yeah, now, like combined.
Yeah.
It's like we got a notice, and it's like I think that video has almost as many views as like half of all the views on our channel.
Yeah, it was nutty.
Yeah,
now because before that, our total views on the channel were like 75,000, and now we just got an email the other day saying that we reached like 275,000 views.
No,
300,000 views.
Yeah. So this video, exciting.
This is low-key the video that changed our lives and allowed us to get partnered. I'm not saying that this is a job quite yet. Still gonna have to pump out some more videos to pay the bills, but
no, it's definitely
a start.
It's definitely a combination of like timing and luck, because it's obviously
so much luck.
Yeah, really nice that it worked out, but yeah, it's just nice to see that people actually enjoy the content that you put out.
It is scary though, thinking like, will I ever get that lucky again?
Nah, I don't even care if I do or don't. It's just nice whenever it does. It's like Christmas kind of.
It felt better than Christmas whenever we logged in. Whenever I logged in last week, I don't know if I said, but I refreshed the page and we've been trying to get 1,000 and we're like a few hundred away, and it said 999. And I know that the front page is always off by a little bit, so I was like, oh my god, we made it.
Yeah. It was definitely a really cool experience for that to happen.
It's been a very exciting week overall.
Yeah. And but I guess besides that, I have been playing a very small amount of GIM. Like
yeah, you streamed it. How'd that stream go?
I mean, honestly, it was kind of boring, but it's like I won. It's like kind of self-imposed. Like I didn't bond the account because it was the very first day, and I wasn't planning on playing it for many hours or anything.
You're not gonna be like obsessed.
Yeah, I didn't want to bond the account while I was still deep into New World, because I know it'd kind of just be a waste.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
So it was like boring content, which is pretty much my fault, like I said, because it was just mining and stuff like that.
Well,
so
I think even if you remember, the content's not gonna be that exciting whenever you're first starting an account.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you have more quests and stuff, but it's not like crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Like if I was a member, then I could easily skip a lot of the more boring content. And even a couple of the viewers were like saying that too. And I was like, yeah, no, I definitely could. But I just sat there and mined instead of like actually doing the smart thing. So.
And then he had to switch to New World because he got tired.
Yeah. So eventually, what's it called? Whenever I do go back to my GIM, I will bond it right away. And speaking
the New World is not going to last forever, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of bonding, also we have, if anyone is...
Oh, our bond giveaways weekly.
Yeah, we do have weekly bond giveaways. I don't know if anyone really knows that on like any of our podcasts or anything like that. But
I don't know if we've mentioned it or not.
yeah, I don't think so. Either
we
way,
just finished our third one.
Yeah, exactly. We have one every week, and it's been going really well. We switched to having the giveaway on Discord. So all you have to do is log into Discord and react to the giveaway. We don't care if you listen to the podcast or the stream.
Have to, like, you could just leave Discord after you win if you want. Like,
yeah,
it just want to do it because it's fun.
Yeah, it makes it easier for us to contact you through Discord. So that's why we use it. And it's been going really well. I think.
Yeah, legit duct tape shout out won 2/3 of these bond giveaways and has decided not to enter this week.
Yeah, legit won twice in a row. So that was pretty hype.
It was hilarious. I was laughing out loud whenever I saw it. I actually tagged them and was like, no way.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I've been in. I think that's been going really well too. So overall, I think everything's been going pretty well, and I've been having a good time.
Me too. It's been really great.
Yeah. But I guess we can move on to, I guess that's it for updates, right? You don't have anything else?
Personal updates. We're going out of town this weekend.
We are going out of town.
We haven't gone out of town in a second. I'm excited.
We're going back up to NorCal. Shouts out to all the Bay Area players out there. But we're just going to go out there for a weekend. Yeah,
visit his sister and brother-in-law. And we're also going to go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium.
Yeah.
Which is, if you've been to it, and the Oakland Zoo, which we heard is really nice.
Yeah.
But the Monterey Bay Aquarium is so far the best aquarium I've ever been to in my life, until I go to that one in Japan with the whale shark.
Yeah, there's a 30-foot tall aquarium in Japan. That's pretty insane.
Which we should have gone to this spring, but COVID.
Yeah, rest in
Next
peace.
spring, we'll see how the YouTube goes.
Yeah, soon eventually. But we can move on to GIM and how that's going. We actually have...
Oh, I should say I have not played really any GIM.
Yeah, Michelle's been slacking on the GIM. I somehow have more time in GIM than she does.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just said I've done so much this week on my regular account.
Okay.
There's so much going on. I don't even want to look at anything else other than this.
Okay. But either way, Group Ironman has an update that came out this week with a bunch of changes as well as feedback and stuff like that. So we can take a look here. There's they have a few questions as well as an FAQ at the top. So
awesome.
We can roll through that really quick. There's only
Should I ask and you answer?
Yeah, sure.
What activities remove group prestige?
So it says that the following activities will remove group prestige if tackled. Oh, it says this is a weird sentence. It says prestige if tackled them with players outside your group.
Could have been worded there.
Yeah, it's a weird sentence. Either way, so if you play it with or do these events with people outside of your group, the events are Chambers of Zarek, Theater of Blood, Nightmare of Ashihama, as well as the Tombs of Amascut when it's released.
Okay. Can I rename my group?
Yeah, so it says you can. Leaders can rename their group by visiting the group Iron Tutor at the node.
Oh, that's actually cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a group of 3, but another friend wants to join later. Can I add my friend at a later date?
Yeah, of course. So it says that you can add your friend into the group later. Groups can have a maximum of 5 members in total. If you decide to welcome a new member, you will lose group prestige, but there won't be any gameplay consequences. All that will happen is that you'll lose the gold star next to your group's name. All original members will keep their individual prestige, which means they are free of any wealth or item restrictions. However, to prevent boosting, the new member will have those wealth and item restrictions imposed on them.
Okay.
Yeah, so some pretty easy questions, I guess.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's just 3. I guess they're getting asked a lot, and they decided to throw them into a FAQ. So if you were wondering, hopefully that helped you out.
I like that you could change it. I was kind of concerned if you'd be able to change the name or not.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever change ours, but I'm sure a lot of people will eventually.
I'm sure people had immediate regrets with their names.
Yeah, I'm sure they either had questionable names or names that were based around 3 people, and one of them immediately quits or something like that. I could
you
see
mean
that
my
happening.
podcast before?
Oh yeah, Jesus.
There was 3 of us, and my sister left my other podcast. By the way, I don't know if I've ever said that. Now there's 2.
Yeah, she said peace out.
She did. She was too scared.
Yeah, but yeah. So if stuff like that happens, then yeah, you can definitely rename it. Like 3 Musketeers, and then someone dies 4 times at Jad, and then you're like, all right, the 2 Musketeers because that guy
Musketeers
took all of our lives and quit the game.
They're out.
So we can move on to the hotfixes. They said that they've already implemented a large number of these hotfixes, and they addressed them on launch, but they are putting them here. And a lot of them, like I said, are live, but we'll talk about them quickly.
Cool.
So it says that a lot of players who attempted to and failed to join an existing group were sometimes added to the high scores incorrectly. Apparently this is still going on as well. So They're still trying to fix it. They did implement some fixes, but it didn't cover every case. So if like for some reason your 4-man is listed as a 5-man because you accidentally invited someone and then either they left or just didn't accept, sometimes you'll be listed as a 5-man instead of a 4-man. But
Interesting.
yeah, they're still working on that apparently. But either way, it says that they also had groups that hadn't yet successfully been created appearing on the high scores. So a lot of the bugs were based around creating groups.
That's actually really funny.
Yeah, so if anyone is still experiencing stuff around groups and high scores, whether people are in or not in your group, I would just report the bug and like maybe at someone on maybe at Jagex support and see if they can fix it.
Or one of the mods, because they probably respond more consistently.
Yeah, although Jagex support does respond pretty frequently.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, maybe ask them and they can have better insight on how well progressed the fix for that is. But it seems like the large majority of these are based on things that happen in the node as well as in group creation.
Okay.
So yeah, that's generally it. I think that'll be
so it won't really affect your gameplay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much a good summation of it. They also have some fixes that aren't necessarily live, or they might be now with this update. But one of them is some groups were experiencing mismatching size and prestige settings, and they've corrected this for many players, but they're aware that some group sizes are still being recognized incorrectly. So this is what I said earlier. Some 3-mans are 4-mans and vice versa.
Hilarious that that's happening.
Yeah. There's another one that says some additional messaging now appears when trying to downgrade your group to the Iron Tutor, just so people know that you're trying to do that.
Okay.
And then players that lost items while creating the group during launch will receive some tools, food, and combat supplies the next time they log into the node.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. There's also some really funny happenings that we could have covered last week, but I kind of forgot, where people were... there was like a huge debacle with hardcore Iron Men particularly, where if they like logged out on the node after declaring themselves hardcore group, they would lose their hardcore status.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so
why?
Like there was people that would buy or like bond up and on the node make their group and then log out or like get disconnected, and they would lose their hardcore.
And that got fixed?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my god, I would be so upset if you just spent like $12
on
it.
Yeah, it was definitely hilarious when it happened though. So
brutal.
There was a lot of stuff, like I said, most of it pertaining to being on the node or just after the node, but as far as everything else goes, it seemed like it was relatively smooth sailing.
Okay, well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh, there was the storage issue over the weekend.
There was the storage issue, yeah. So they even mentioned that in the hotfixes here.
Oh, okay.
It says here, as you probably are aware, we temporarily disabled access to the group shared storage over the weekend due to investigate an issue. The features have now been restored, and we thank you for your patience. There has also been a lot of demand to increase the amount of space for group storage, as the current space feels insufficient.
Yeah, it's a really small amount, right?
Yeah,
like
I think it's
less than
only
100.
80.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, and they said in the past that they are definitely keen to increasing it. They just don't know how they want to do it yet, and this kind of expounds upon that. And they're saying that they want to increase the storage, but they are not exactly sure on how they're going to do it yet. Not that they like technically aren't capable. They just are thinking of putting it behind like a diary wall or some kind of achievement for the group.
That could be cool. So you actually have to like work for it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not just given. If you want like more than 80, maybe it'll boost to like 100 after you do some kind of content together.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I think it's not the worst idea for sure. So make sure to give them your feedback. They're asking for it, so you can let them know. They also made some nice updates so that previously, if you want to exit your group storage, it's kind of finicky and weird, where it's like a different layout than normal.
Oh.
And you have to like save and exit to go back to your own storage, and then you can exit the actual bank. So what they're planning on doing is making it so that you can just use escape like normal to fix it, but I don't think that that fix or that update is out yet.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully in the near future it'll be less weird.
Yeah. We found out about the storage thing the other day because, like I said, I haven't even been playing group, and whenever he was streaming it, I wanted to show off how many shrimps I'd got.
All the scrimps?
All the scrimps I had. So I went to go and put them in the bank, and it was like, you can't put anything in the shared bank unless you're a leader. And I'm like, what's the point of it then?
Yeah. So over the weekend, there was some weirdness going on with that. Also, think I'm not 100% whether it is or isn't confirmed. So I mean, this might just have been something I heard like down the grapevine that is or isn't true.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard it's because there were some people that found some dupes or like some ways to dupe items.
Weird.
So yeah, but it was items that people already had in group iron, so it wasn't anything of high value.
So what's the point of it then?
Yeah, so it apparently maybe at worst people were like duping like rune scimitars or something. Like it wasn't like duping scythes or anything. It was just whatever.
Just in-game gear.
Yeah, just whatever
like rune scimitars.
GIMs already had. So at worst it was just a few rune items, but still it was kind of annoying. But either way, they seem to have fixed it by now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we forgot to share a great life update.
What's a great life update?
We got Disneyland passes.
Oh, yeah, we did get Disneyland passes.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, so shouts out to Disneyland. They have members passes again.
Yeah.
Also, if anyone knows Mr. Disney, can you ask them to bring back the Fast Pass? Because apparently it's coming back, but not soon enough.
Yeah, and so apparently they used to have this thing called Max Pass, which you could buy for $15, and it's basically Fast Pass on your phone, so you don't have to run around and do it.
Yeah.
I didn't think about this, but now they're only going to have that, so they're not going to have any version of the free Fast Pass. You can't go and get the tickets for free anymore.
Okay.
You have to pay for it, which is ridiculous. Like Disney...
That kind of sucks, but
they
also,
got so much money.
To be fair, I don't think many people did it without the phone.
I don't think a lot of people did, but I'm sure some are that are now like pretty bummed about it.
Yeah.
Especially if you have like kids. That's so much money.
And they had Fast Passes for a really long time before that were always free. So it's kind of annoying for those people that use that.
Yeah. But for us, it's fine because we're used to it.
Yeah. That's such a weird tangent.
Yeah. Well, I also wanted to say another thing. Life hack, if you're in California, you could do payment plans for Disney passes.
Oh,
we're
true.
literally in debt to Disney now for the next year.
Yeah, it's like $1 billion or something. But
I think $2.
Yeah, $2 billion. But back on track where you can talk about the group chat. So this is the next thing that they've seen a lot of people actually bring up, and I think it would be a really cool implementation.
Okay.
They've talked about reworking the chat system in the past because if you've played RuneScape, the chat system sucks and doesn't really make any sense. But it I guess somehow works. But they want to improve it and make it so that there's like essentially a group chat for Group Iron Man that'll only show people in your GIM group what's being typed and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think this will be really cool. And so they're looking at ways to make it so you can chat specifically to your group, and it'll show like if something happens in your group, it'll only display it to the group.
Kind of like how the clan chat is, but just with group.
Yeah,
Cool.
exactly how the clan chat works, but except only for a few people.
Got it.
Yeah, so hopefully they come out with that soon.
I'm sure they will.
Another thing that they are looking to maybe implement, I feel like this is like a eventually kind of thing that would be really cool, but like maybe just not high priority if I had to guess, but it's going to be the shared group hall concept. And this is essentially like the POH, but you can enter it as long as you're in the group and you guys level it up together essentially.
Oh, and they don't have to be logged in at all times?
Exactly. That's the main thing, is because like if Bob and Bill are playing and Bob has a 99 house and Bill has a level 1 house because he gave all of his stuff to, the other guy, then it's like...
Hopefully the first guy doesn't quit.
Yeah, hopefully the first guy's on all the time, because like if you need to go to your house... Also, it's kind of annoying because it's like if you're bossing, then that person has to be at the house all the time, right?
Yeah.
So...
You would have to like... Oh, you'd have to like make an alt to join your group just for housing and have it sit there. That sounds awful.
Yeah, like you name your house alt like literally GIM house alt 1 and then just have him sit in the house 24/7 on your alt account, and you'd have to bond it just to sit there in the house.
Yeah, they need to make this group thing soon.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of what people have been running into as far as problems. So they're hoping obviously the idea is a really good idea, but
yeah.
I just don't know how feasible it is. That's why I feel like you'd have to do like kind of a lot of back end work if I had to guess, which I don't know.
I think it'll happen, but I think it'll be a while.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it'll be several months.
Yeah.
But either way, that's pretty much most of the update, and well, at least the update and hotfixes for GIM so far. And there's also a pretty cool Group Iron Man comic. Like
it looks really cool.
Yeah, like we mentioned in the beginning, it's a really cool comic. And I don't know, it's Killer Fishies is the person that made it. So this is
They're very talented.
A community member. Yeah, it's really well done. It's full color, and it has a bunch of different people in it fighting. It looks like Elrog. I didn't read through it entirely. It just read the first few panels.
I'm just looking at the animations and loving it.
Yeah, so they're fighting like a dragon, and it looks really cool. And honestly, I think it looks really good. They have it's a few pages, and you can find the full resolution on the actual website, and I'll have links in the description if you're watching on YouTube. All right, so that is going to be that for the update. I do have to mention that I did forget to say something when I was talking about the space rocket this earlier.
Oh.
But there is something that I think we kind of have to touch on and talk about because it's kind of making quite the rumbling throughout the community. But that is the very open stance or just discussions that people are having and OSRS is having about real world trading.
Oh, okay.
So recently, of course, in the podcast that we talked about a few weeks ago, they talk about pretty much taking out the dual arena sooner than later, and mostly because of real world trading and stuff like that. And they actually supplied some really interesting and cool facts, and one of them being that 38% of all real world trading bans happen in the arena.
What?
So that is a significant amount. If you think about it, they ban probably, if I had to guess, at least a few thousand bots every month or two.
Wow.
That's a lot of people that are getting banned in the dual arena. It's like hundreds and hundreds of people are getting banned.
Oh my gosh.
Every week, every month, I mean, whatever. And so
every second.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally someone getting banned every second in the dual arena. So it's like such a big deal that they came out with a actual like little blurb to discuss it. And so they say at the top here that their work to improve the integrity of their beloved game never stops, and we want you to have fun and play competitively in an environment that's fair and governed by mutual respect among players. As part of these efforts, additional measures to counter real-world trading will be introduced in coming months.
Wow.
Yeah, so
like what are they going to do?
They actually outline exactly what they're going to do here.
Okay, I'm glad I asked.
Yeah. So they say that gold purchasing through real-world trading is a problem in any online game featuring a tradable currency. For the last 20 what?
I want to say since Rob's video went and got so many views, we've gotten like 5 emails from people basically asking us to advertise my real world trading and New World. We're like, no.
And it was hilarious because the other day I got an email back after we told them we didn't want to get sponsored by them, and they're like, why?
They asked why?
Yeah, they asked why. And I responded, I'm like, that's against the terms of service of the game, so there would be a very obvious conflict of interest.
I would get my account banned and lose everything.
I mean, I don't even know if I'd get my account banned, but it's like, how can you... That'd be like... I don't know. There's like
feels
nothing,
shady.
Yeah, that'd be really weird. I'd be like, oh, this is how you make 100,000 gold. Also, I got all this gold from this company that sells gold and has paid me to sponsor...
Paid me in real life.
This account. Like... Yeah, that's just so sketchy.
It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
as you were saying that, I was like, wait, all the emails.
Yeah, that's super hilarious. But either way, so they talk about how their anti-cheat system has been tackling real-world trading sellers both in and out of game for 20 years. However, it's not just the sellers that have an impact on integrity, it's buyers that are feeling the demand. So thanks to a growing team and improved tools, they're now in a position where, as well as tackling sellers, they can also begin to clamp down on buyers. And they actually sent this out, and you can find pictures of this on the Reddit if you look around. But everyone that has been suspected of being involved in real-world trading as a buyer has been sent a single warning saying that if this ever happens again, their account will be banned.
Wow.
And yeah, so that's pretty interesting. They've never done that before. Usually they just straight up ban the accounts.
I kind of like that they're getting a warning in case maybe people are oblivious and like actually don't know they can't do that. Because I didn't know you couldn't do that. It seems obvious now that I know, but I never considered it.
Yeah, I mean, if you like don't really follow the game or anything like that.
You could just be a casual person who has a family, only plays on the weekends, and you're like, yeah, might as well.
Yeah, like if Bill sees an advertisement for like 1 billion GP for $50, then I mean, nowhere on the website where you buy the GP is it going to be like, oh, this is bannable, so don't mention it.
I know, right?
Yeah, so yeah, I guess that's kind of understandable, but yeah, everyone's been giving their proper warnings. And so from now on, if you're suspected of buying, then you'll just be banned, which is exactly how it should be. And so moving on, they talk about the dual arena. So like I said, it's been a flashpoint for toxic behavior such as this. And like I said, 40% of all real world tradings, or nearly 40%, is happening here. So that's thousands of bands per month.
That is so crazy.
And they've heard the feedback and want to make a definitive change that makes the game fun for everyone. So they're going to be looking to phase out the Duel Arena out of RuneScape entirely.
Jeez.
But before that, they are introducing some short-term measures to tide over until the development teams can deliver a huge update for that. And they said it's going to be happening next year.
It's so funny because obviously I don't know how it works. I know a little bit of front-end web development. I'm like, can you just highlight and delete Duel Arena?
Highlight, yeah. Just like select it with your massive square selector and just delete it. Yeah, just delete the entire asset.
It's gone.
No, but so they're going to be working on replacing it. And they're actually, I'll talk about in a second, they're going to be replacing it with something that's, I think, going to be really cool.
Oh, I didn't know they were just replacing it. I thought they were just getting rid of it.
No, they're going to replace it. Yeah, so it's going to be really cool. But either way, they are talking about putting a staking cap on staking, which is a very restrictive cap.
So they can't do billions.
This makes me very happy. But it says that the first step, they'll be implementing a staking cap this November, so very soon.
Wow.
And the staking limit values to no more than 10 million GP per duel.
That's significant.
That is huge. If anyone doesn't know, there's been duels for way over, but I've seen many duels happen for 4 billion GP plus.
Whew.
So in order to get that much, you'd have to do, I think, quick maths, like 40,000 duels just to equate to that much again, based on this new staking cap, because it is not a total limit. It's just 10 million per duel, so you could technically blast out 40,000 duels if you want.
It just is going to take a second.
Yeah, exactly. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, let us know if any of you actually go to the Duel Arena, what you think.
Yeah,
we have a couple people on the stream who might be a little disappointed.
Yeah, but so they're going to be implementing a staking cap. That reminds me of all the there's a ton of memes coming out like this, where it'll be like Key and Peele, where Key's like sweating a bunch.
I know exactly what you're talking
about. Yeah, like the sweating meme, and there are like all the debt stakers. That's hilarious because people like literally go into debt to stake, and it's like, all right, well, you can't really get that money back, or you're gonna have to get it back in the next 15 days.
Oh my god.
So that's pretty funny. But the thing that they're going to be replacing it with that I'm actually pretty excited about is, well, I mean, personally, I don't know if I'll use it too much, but I am excited to see how it'll work out, is an actual duel arena, where you don't go there for weird actual money staking, but actual 1v1s and 2v2s and possibly 5v5s.
That's what I thought it was supposed to be, just for fun. I didn't know for a long time.
You didn't know it was the same casino?
No.
Yeah, but this is going to be replacing it with an actual duel arena where people actually duel and try to fight each other.
That seems fun.
Not just staking money. And
but they still can stake money?
I don't know what the rewards will be. They don't mention that. They just talk about the concept.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I think that'd be really cool. I think the 5v5 concept would be really cool as well.
That, like, entire group Ironman. 2 groups of hardcore Ironmen fighting to the death. Wait, that would be so cool.
Yeah, that'd be really sick.
Oh my god, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be really sick. But that's pretty much it for the update on real world trading. I just had to make sure that I touched on it before we moved on, because it's kind of a big deal.
Just kinda.
Yeah, so it definitely affects literally all of the economy and the entirety of RuneScape.
The economy.
So I figured it was a good time to go over it.
For sure.
But we can move on to the final thing that we want to talk about before the Q&A, which is going to be the Tomb of Amascut. So if anyone doesn't know, Raids 3 was announced a little while ago. It's called Tomb of Amascut. It's going to be in the desert. And we got a look back then at the rewards, but now we have a in-depth write-up of the actual rewards.
But guess who doesn't remember the rewards?
Yeah.
This guy.
All right.
Whenever you first said you were going to go over the rewards, and I was like, oh, nice. And then you're like, we went over them before. And I was like, I have no memory of going over that.
Yeah, her reaction, it was so oblivious. Like,
it never happened.
You could tell that she had never heard of
Clearly,
Tomb of Amascut
you
before.
Actually had a different co-host that week when we went over it.
Yeah,
I must have been out of town.
So the Tomb of Amascut, it says, long ago the citizens of the Caridian desert lived prosperous and luxurious lives, thanks to the benevolence of the god of Mennephite pantheon. However, that all changed when Amascut, the goddess of rebirth, was corrupted, warped into the Devourer. She became intent on devouring every soul in existence.
Oh my god. This
Yeah.
is crazy. I want to see a movie on this.
I know, this sounds sweet. It says her brother Ichtharin, along with her former high priestesses, have since been fighting tirelessly against Amascut in a bid to negate her destructive efforts. After years of plotting, Amascut has finally found a way to overcome the efforts of Ichtharin and his allies. Deep within the desert, an ancient pharaoh called Osmotin lies buried. His tomb has been long hidden with a great power. It is this great power that Amascut seeks, and she can lay her hands on it. She will become unstoppable.
Whoa.
So that is going to be the entire concept of the Tombs of Amascut.
Love it.
And it is, I think, overall pretty interesting. And I think I like the concept.
Show me the art. Show me the art.
All right, we'll show the art. So let me scroll down a little bit because it is pretty cool. So if you look at the art here, there is some concept art, and it's just simply sketches. It's not fully drawn out or anything like that, but the armor does look really cool.
Are these gonna be prizes or rewards?
Yeah, this is what the rewards and the enemies are going to look like.
The fashionscape is impeccable.
Yeah. So they do have like the armor pieces and what those will look like. They have like really cool, I don't even know how you would say it, like feathering and like old Aztec kind of like looking about it, but also kind of Egyptian at the same time.
Yeah, we'll be including the notes in the YouTube description. So
Yeah.
if our descriptions are not great, just go ahead and take a look yourself.
Yeah, there's like adorned pharaoh like headpieces, and the enemies look really cool. They have like crocodiles with spears.
Oh my
And
gosh.
on top of that, they have the new spear that's going to be coming out. It's the Keras spear, and that looks really cool as well.
Yay.
And the final drop they have is for a few of the weapons, as well as the Khopesh, which is a giant curved cleaver sword that they're going to be having in the
sick.
game. Yeah, it's going to be the new two-handed weapon that we're going to talk about. Actually, we can just go over it right now.
Awesome.
So the name of the weapon is going to be Osmotin's Fang. So
Such a hardcore name too.
Yeah, it's really cool. I think the names are great. It says that known to his people as Osmotin the Hunter, he was renowned for bringing down many of the land's deadliest beasts. During his hunts, he wore armor and weapons crafted by the region's finest artisans. One such weapon was his Fang. Fang would eventually be buried with Osmotin. So Osmotin's Fang is primarily a stab melee weapon, which
Stabby
again
and slash.
makes literally 0 sense with the Khopesh, because Khopeshes are terrible for stabbing.
They're curved. It's
And
just
they're
not
massive.
natural.
Yeah, they're curved for slicing, and they're absolutely huge. But either way, it says that it is a stab weapon which boasts accuracy comparable to the Elder Maw and an attack speed of 5. Equipping the Fang will require 80 to attack, so fairly
Wow.
high. I think it's almost the highest in the game, or if not. And then
Nearly.
it says that they expect its damage to be damage per second output to be comparable to the Rapier tier weapon on opponents with low defense.
This thing's gonna be expensive once it's
Oh,
GE.
absolutely, yeah. It says with much greater damage per second output on enemies with higher defense. So it's going to be even better than the Rapier damage per second wise against higher defense enemies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that'll be really nice. It also has a special attack, which is kind of complicated, so I'm not going to get into it, but you
For
can
sure.
read it if you want to. But essentially, the weapon is going to be very good at hitting consistently, but not for extremely high amounts of damage. And I do believe it is two-handed, but if not, then that means it's going to be really good, because then, of course, you can use the Dragon Defender.
Ooh.
Yeah. Make sure to correct me if it's not two-handed. I can't see anywhere here where it says it's one or two-handed,
Yeah.
but I think previously it did say it was one-handed. Either way.
Okay.
But also, they do have a full write-up with stats for all of these weapons. So I think previously they might not have had all the proper stats, but they do now. So I'm not going to read through all of them because that's just a lot of numbers.
Yeah, no.
So feel free to go through that as well if you are in the comments below, or the description rather. So the next weapon I guess we could go over is the Keras Partisan. So spoiler alert real quick.
Okay.
There is going to be a quest leading up to this, and they do talk about it here in this little article, saying that the Tomb of Amascut will be their most narratively driven raid yet, and no narrative is complete without a quest. So it says
Yay!
that, yeah. So get ready to take off your quest capes if you wear them.
I'm actually excited for this quest because the like story you said sounds so cool.
Yeah, it sounds really
But I feel
cool.
like I'm not gonna get that quest cape for a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. It has very low requirements.
Okay, so you might not actually have to do the raids like how it does at Night of the Theater.
No, it doesn't even have any. It doesn't have any combat requirements.
Oh, it's just like leading up.
Yeah. So it says that when Sophonim was beset by a series of plagues, the gates of the golden city of Metaphos quickly closed. The city has been locked down ever since, with no one allowed to leave or enter. However,
Except
rumors.
for me.
Yeah, exactly. However, rumors have escaped of strange happenings inside Metaphos, and there are stories of citizens mysteriously disappearing.
Oh my gosh. I love this.
Says that these odd happenings need to be investigated, but few are willing to do so. Misa, a spy from Al-Kharid, has grown tired of inaction. She's determined to solve this mystery herself, but she won't be able to do it alone. So Beneath Cursed Sands is a master level quest, which will advance the desert storyline.
Wow.
This is the sequel to Contact. You'll find yourself investigating mysterious disappearances from Metaphos, the city of gold. Note, Metaphos will not be opening its gates just yet. Solving this mystery will grant you access to the raid itself. We're aiming to release the quest before the raid to give you some ample time to ready yourself.
Yay!
So really
so that
cool.
could be kind of soon.
Yeah, and in that quest, the reason I had to tell you spoilers before I talked about the weapon is because you upgrade your Keras, which is the dagger you get in the Contact quest line, up to the Keras spear, which is called the Keras Partisan.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah. And also, before I end the spoiler thing real quick, I'll tell you the recommendations for the quest.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to have,
spoiler.
Yeah, so you need to have the completion of Contact, 62 agility, 55 firemaking, and 55 smithing.
Awesome.
Upon completing the quest, you're going to get a quest point, access to the tomb, the ability to upgrade the Keras to the Keras Partisan, and 15,000 agility experience.
Nice.
Yeah, so pretty cool. And now I guess spoiler warning over. We'll go back to talking.
Don't know how anyone would know.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just skip forward. We'll go to the Keras Partisan and talk about a little because I do think it's going to be really, really cool.
Awesome.
So it says, in addition to its stab attack styles, the Partisan will have a crush attack style, which is going to be sick because before it's just a dagger, so it only has stab. Now it has crush.
Nice.
And it says which should provide useful during the Tombs of Amascut against beetle-like enemies. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of Cal fights. And it says, as the Keras Partisan is a spear-like weapon, it acts different from normal spears. The main difference of the Keras is its aggressive attack style that allows players to focus for their combat experience on strength.
Ooh.
Equipping the Partisan will require 70 attack. I think this is going to be a really good weapon, honestly.
I'm excited for all these.
Yeah. It says they'd like to try something slightly different with this weapon. The Partisan has a socket in which players can insert special jewels. These jewels are obtained as rare rewards from the Tomb of Amascut.
Wow.
And inserting these jewels into the Partisan will bestow different effects onto the weapon.
Whoa, I love that.
Yeah. You'll only be able to use one jewel at a time, and these jewels will not be tradable. We're still considering how we'd like to do the rewards with these jewels. They could be unlocked as a random drop or given upon a certain number of raid completions, or simply as a reward for killing bosses using specific methods.
Interesting.
We're also considering whether they should be permanent one-time unlocks or whether they should have charges. Naturally, this would affect the rarity of the drop. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how they should be implemented.
I say a one-time permanent unlock.
I would say 2, especially because they're not tradable. If they're tradable, then I definitely think they should have charges.
Yeah.
But they're not, so... it would be cool to see one-time unlock, but it'll be interesting to see what they do either way.
Yeah.
They also go into the actual jewels and see what they do. So it says the Eye of the Corruptor. It adds a damage over time effect to an enemy, and you won't be able to stack this effect multiple times onto a single NPC, but you will be able to apply it to multiple NPCs at any one time. So that'd be pretty cool. It'd be kind of like applying a Zora poison to enemies, so that'd be kind of cool.
Nice.
Yeah, and it says the Jewel of the Sun applies a debuff to attacking NPCs, which causes them to take higher damage for a sustained period of time.
Love it.
I think that might be the strongest one, just off my initial thoughts. And then the last one is Breach of the Scarab. Adds a 33% accuracy buff against Calphites, Scarabs, and Beetles.
Ooh, that's nice for on Slayer tests.
Yeah. So it says that they are looking at a few jewel buffs they were considering. Note that the effect only applies during the Tomb of Amascut.
So you
yeah.
can't use it on task.
You can use it on task, and it'll still be a crush weapon, so it might be a good option, but it's not going to have the extra buffs from the jewels.
Yeah. So if you want the extra buff, you could do a Cal fight task while in the tombs and just barely kill any Cal fights that happen to be there.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you could do that. But that is going to be one of the weapons. We're not going to go over every weapon as there are a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
But other weapons in the arsenal are going to be Light Bearer, which is going to be a ring. So that'll be pretty interesting.
Nice.
The next one is going to be the Heka of Tumakin and the Ward of Illidaness.
Sounds hecka cool.
Hecka cool. So the Heka is going to be a weapon. This is going to be the wand that attacks fast 3 times and then a 4th slow attack that deals extra damage.
Okay.
And the Ward of Illidaness is going to be the new best in the slot mage shield.
Woo!
That is going to require you to break down your arcanes.
And cost a lot of gold.
It is going to cost a lot. Also, I think I might have mentioned this last time I talked about this, but it's been a while. Just so you know, if you do not have 90 prayer and 90 smithing, it's going to cost you 10,000 soul runes as well as 20 million GP to make this.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Start leveling up now.
Yeah. So that's pretty brutal. Either way, so it says equipping the ward will also take 80 magic defense and prayer, so pretty high requirements there. But again, it is the best in slot magic item. It gives you straight up 5% magic damage and 4 prayer with a good amount of defenses.
Nice.
And as far as weapons go, there is, of course, the last piece, which is all of the Masori armor. This is the armor set coming from the tomb, and it is a low life armor set, making it so that it will drain your health down to 15% and keep it there. And then once it is there, it'll provide significant damage buffs.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is all of the rewards. I didn't want to go over them as it would have taken pretty much forever. And
we're already like an hour in anyway.
Yeah, we've already touched on them in the past as well.
Yes.
So that is going to be pretty much all of our updates for the week out of the way, and we can hop on to our questions.
What about your sad news about Mod Sween, who did not die? Don't worry.
Yeah, shout out to Mod Sween. I totally almost forgot. Thanks for reminding me.
Mm-hmm.
Mod Sween, if anyone has played RuneScape at all, probably ever, almost, probably knows Mod Sween. He's been a really great part of the community. I think has had a very positive impact on the community, and I think is, in general, one of my personal favorite mods, and I think a lot of people really enjoy.
Used to be one of your favorite mods.
Yeah, really enjoyed him being around, but unfortunately, this is going to be his last day very soon here on the 22nd.
Wow.
Yeah, really unfortunately, he is going to be keeping his Twitter, so you can keep up with whatever he ends up doing with his life. But
probably more gaming stuff.
Yeah, he does have a full post over on the OSRS 2007scape subreddit, so you can go over there and check it out to see his parting words. But he does say that on the 22nd will mark his 2272nd day, so nearly maxed.
Aww.
But yeah, he said he should have planned better, but either way, he will be departing as a mod and will be moving on to different things.
Wow.
So huge loss for the community, but you definitely wish him well, and it's sad to see him go though.
Yeah.
But besides that, we can now move on to, hopefully I didn't forget anything else, we can move on to the Q&A for this week. So the Q&A this week is going to be coming entirely from people that we actually know, which is first ever. So that's pretty hype.
We got quite a few questions this week. So shout out everyone who asked. And as always, anyone can ask us questions, so we'll answer. Just contact us on any of our social medias, which I will be mentioning at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, you can just add us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever's easier for you.
Stream, YouTube, anywhere you want.
Yep.
So first questions are from Matt from Instagram. Matt said, if you weren't a human, what RuneScape race would you want to be? And they answered, for me, it's close between gnome and fairies. In the end, I think I'd choose to be a gnome. The fairy realm is much more peaceful. They aren't actively at war, as far as I know, but it's just too boring. The gnomes have gliders, agility cores, cooking, and best gnome ball.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for this question, I was like so undecided. Originally, I was thinking maybe a mermaid, because I think it'd be cool to like swim around, and I really like the underwater area, like at Fossil Island. I think it's super sick. But I think I'd be like Ariel from Little Mermaid, and I would miss the land.
Ariel.
Ariel. So,
are there mermaids in RuneScape?
Yeah, there are little mermaids.
Oh,
they
okay,
live
cool.
under there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you have to pay them to protect their seaweed.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen them because I
don't
don't actually know if I've ever been down there for longer than just doing the quest.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
Oh, sick.
It's a nice area. You should check it out. I also, I never even considered Gnome, but honestly, the way that Matt talked about it, I was like, all right, that sounds kind of sick. And also, I like food, so I was like, ooh, they do have a lot of cool food there. But in the end, I do think I'd choose to be an elf, because 1, the fashionscape.
True.
Number 1 fashionscape in the game. 2, Letia and Prifddinas, I think, are some of the sickest looking places in the entire game.
Yeah. And also, elves, at least in most lore, have mega long lifespans.
That's actually the last reason I had, is because I'm scared of dying and I would be able to live for a really long time.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
And they also have I wouldn't be bored because they have agility and blings, volcano and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it'd be really chill.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
How about you?
My immediate answer was gonna be goblins.
You're hilarious.
Yeah, just because
Why?
I mean, goblins don't have all the cool stuff that everyone else has, I guess, if you list it out like that. But I just think goblins are hilarious. Even
you are a little goblin.
The goblin commander quest I thought was hilarious, and just I kind of feel like they don't even need anything to be or to have
They're
fun. They kind of just are over there goofing around in their little command area, fighting each other and stuff like that. And they're just walking around doing whatever.
Just having the time of their little goblin lives.
Yeah, I feel like I like that they're just one of the people. They just walk around. They're just in Lumbridge. They're everywhere.
They are everywhere. You get to go everywhere.
Yeah, and you just you got different goblin homies in all parts of Gilnor. And you're not secluded to Prifddinas or something like that.
Yeah, that's fair. You didn't make it sound like it was just funny. There was actual reasons for it.
Yeah. So it seems like it'd be really chill, and you could kind of just do whatever, and people are like, oh, he's just a goblin. He's just messing around.
That's just Goblin Rob.
Yeah, he's just goblining around. And yeah, so that's what I was thinking.
Cool. The next question comes from Fat Guy Jeff, who actually asked a couple. What skill do you wish had a pet, and what would it be?
Oh.
I had an idea.
I actually don't remember this question, so give me a second to think about it. Go ahead.
So I was thinking a smelting pet. Because I don't know, how the pet would look exactly, but I was thinking, because, mining has the rock golem. So I was thinking it could be similar to the rock golem, but be a statue, look more defined, and you can recolor it. Kind of similar to how you can recolor the rock golem. Yeah. But you just have to design it to make sure it actually looks different from the rock golem. It does look like a little statue and not the same. Yeah. Or a cooking pet, and we kind of talked about this before. It could be a little small sandwich lady, or the drunken dwarf that follows you around. Yeah, just a miniature version. That'd be interesting. Yeah, those are my 2 answers.
I was thinking, and just off the top of the head just now, I was thinking also cooking. Mm-hmm. But I was also thinking that because I've seen some of the pets in RS3, and I'm not a big fan of the humanoid type pets. So fair. Yeah, little people following you around, I think would be kind of interesting, but also kind of weird. And or at least just as a concept as a pet. And so I was thinking it'd be really cool to have kind of the style of Temperos, the way it's animated, mm-hmm. but a piece of bread dough.
That would be so cute.
Yeah, because bread dough is really amorphous and just this white blob following you around. I think it'd be hilarious.
So cute. I like that. I'm sad because we've spent so much time in the past on walks talking about skilling pets, and as soon as we got asked this question, I cannot remember a single one we came up with in the past. Yeah,
we've talked about this a few times.
We've had so many good ideas, or I mean, at least I think that they were good. They probably weren't actually good.
Yeah, they were probably awful.
I think a couple of them were just a little iron bar that follows you and has eyes.
Yeah, I think that was me trolling, but I mean, also
honestly, that'd be kind of cute.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the dough would be great for cooking.
I like that idea. That's a good one.
Yeah. Also, it's you kind of use it throughout leveling because you'll do pizzas and bread and stuff like that. I mean, no one really does leveling cooking besides fish, but you could use dough for other stuff. So
and I imagine cool. Whenever it follows you around, it kind of jumps a
yeah,
little blob.
it hops up, kind of like Flubber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that'd be really cool.
That's cute. I like that. Jeff also asked, if we switched accounts for a day, what would we do? He also added, It can't be helped them with their current task or skill. Make it spicy.
Okay.
So
yeah. I don't know how to make it spicy.
The best I could think of was I would go onto your account, trade myself a bunch of gold, and buy you all the gear that you're too stubborn to let you buy. Let me buy you.
Okay.
Because there's so much stuff that I'm like, you can borrow gear for doing this and just give it back after. And you're like, no. I'm like a little baby. So I would give you some gear.
Oh, okay, cool. So I think both of ours is going to be helping each other essentially.
Yeah.
Because
I wouldn't like steal your gold because then I live with you and it would just be awkward because you'd be like, hey, give me back my gold.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like thinking that my first reaction when you said this, I was like, oh, well, it can't be whatever you're doing. So I'll just do something else because I know you don't really work on Hunter. So I'd probably just try to go get you a Chompy pet. Or not a Chompy pet, a Chinchompa pet.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said for me.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because I'd be like, if I got you, like, I can only imagine how, like, psyched you would be if I was able to get you a baby Chinchompa.
I want one in real life. Can you get me one?
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, Fat Guy Jeff, that probably wasn't spicy enough, but...
Yeah, I definitely am not planning on backstabbing her, unfortunately, but, yeah.
We're just little sweat hearts over here.
I think it would be cool to get a pet, because, I mean, it's really hard to get, and also, I think I think that's, like, one of her favorite pets, so...
It's 100% one of my favorite pets.
Yeah, so that would be my answer.
And then we also got a couple questions from Ivor. So, Ivor said, what is your favorite quest/quest series, and why? For me... I looked through the list, and the only one that I genuinely, like, really thought was fun and would do it again was Mistland Mystery, which is a free-to-play one.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like murder mystery, but more fun.
Yeah.
It's just like you're living through a scary movie, and I was trying to do that one without a guide, and I was having so much fun, like, trying to do it. I mean, I ended up having to look up a guide, if we're being honest. Yeah. But, that quest was so much fun. I could just be, like, idealizing it because I did it, like, 3 years ago, but I loved it. I think that's probably my favorite. What about you?
Yeah, so as far as that goes for me, I think my favorite quest line, mostly because it's not done, and I think is really cool so far, is going to be the Sins of the Father storyline.
I was thinking, I love that storyline, but I hated actually doing the quest because you run around so much.
Yeah, I think Sins of the Father is really cool, and I also think the connection to TOB is really cool. Mm-hmm. And I think overall, especially since the story mode for TOB came out, I thought it was honestly a really good storyline.
I think yeah, one of the best storylines was Night at the Theater's, like, new storyline that they did. When they redid that quest, oh my god, they made it 1,000,000 times better.
Yeah, I thought that was a really, really good rework.
Yeah, I just didn't want to consider that my favorite because actually doing TV was really hard.
No, yeah, it was definitely really hard. I liked the challenge, and I thought the story was really well written. The
story was amazing.
So I would have to say Sin of the Father. Of course, it's not done yet, so they could just, like... Ruin it.
But they could make it even better.
Yeah, exactly. So if it ends not terribly, then I think it'd be definitely one of the best storylines in the game.
Nice. The next question from Ivor was, where are your favorite bank standing locations for doing skilling? Mine is at the GE. More specifically, I stand on the right side of the GE, a little south, in between the Grand Exchange one and the regular banking one.
Okay.
It just feels natural, and for some reason, I was like, isn't that where everyone stands? But no, it's not.
It's funny. I stand on the opposite side.
Oh!
Yeah, that's why I thought it was funny. But yeah, I stand on the left side.
That's weird.
Very slightly south. So that I can...
We're like the same, but just...
Yeah, so I can talk to both the banker and the GE person.
So funny.
But my second favorite, I guess, is probably the place that I use for cooking, which is Myths Guild.
Nice. I don't even have a second. I only do it at the GE.
Yeah. Well, I mainly do like fletching or cooking at Myths Guild because it's like right next to a range.
Oh yeah. Whenever I was doing cooking, I was there as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I really like that place. Also, there's no one there usually, so it's pretty chill.
Okay. Well, the next question from Ivor, last question. This one's not even related to RuneScape, at least not obviously related. What is your favorite color shape combo, as opposed to favorite color and favorite shape individually? And they really are a fan of a reddish-brown square.
What?
It's so random.
What the
But
hell?
I actually have an answer. Mine is a yellow circle because it reminds me of the sun or a smiley face. It just seems very like... It seems like a happy shape color combo. Yellow's my favorite color, and circles just seem so, like, chill. This sounds like
Okay.
a personality quiz, doesn't it?
Yeah. I guess mine would either be one of two options. Both are gonna be a star,
Oh.
but not like one of the pointy stars, but it's gonna be like a chunky star. I don't know why, but I like the thicker stars with like just not as sharp of points.
Like rounded, kind of?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And you know how like they have like really long like star legs, like a starfish?
Uh-huh.
I don't want that. I want it to be like really thick stars.
Okay.
I
Do you
don't know
like
why.
it where it has like the lines going through the middle too? Or it's all just the outline?
No, it's just the outline.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like a really big star.
Okay.
And I would either want it to be like a cool turquoise aqua color or like a dulled down like yellow orange.
Can I ask why?
Because I think those colors in pastel look really good
Mm-hmm.
and they're like really calming. And I think the star being not like super aggressive and pointy in combination with that would be like just like a really like cool, like chilled like shape and color.
You know, I was joking about this being like a personality quiz, but I feel like finding out people's favorite shapes and color combos is actually very telling.
Yeah, I guess
Mine's
so.
just like happiness because obviously I have like depression and stuff. Yours is chill because you're always stressed. I don't get the reddish brown square thing, but
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
what
sure
that
there's a
is.
reason. That seems very aggressive, Ivory.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
I don't know.
I literally can't relate at all
It's
to that.
so funny.
But I think that's it for the questions,
that was
right?
it. I liked all of those questions so much.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the questions. We really enjoy doing these little Q&A sessions,
They're the
especially
best.
since we actually talk to these people. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. But yeah, so that's going to be about it for this week. What do you have anything planned coming up for next week?
I'm going to be working on getting the Chompy Pet. Going to hopefully get my rune crafting up to 83 or just get up a little bit. But I'm also going to, in the process of that, have to level up some other stuff.
Oh, okay.
that So they won't be like doing Tears of Gothics,
Yeah.
getting the experience, whatever. That's it though. I'm not totally certain what I'm going to do. I have a lot of things I want to do. And I'm just going to see where the week takes me.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, what about you?
I am going to be having a ton of videos coming out this weekend because we're going out of town. So I have hopefully 4 or 5 videos coming out this weekend. And so that'll hold everyone over that watches the YouTube.
Oh, I also wanted to add that not sure if I'm going to be streaming this weekend. I'm going to bring my stuff, but we
Yeah.
don't really have set plans over there. So I don't know if I'm going to have time or not.
Yeah, we're going to try and make time to stream, but it's also like kind of like a low-key vacation
Yeah.
to visit family. So we don't
Not
know
sure.
if we will.
If we do, it'd be short streams, like an hour.
It'll be short and it'll be at irregular times likely.
Yeah, for sure.
So just be prepared if you do watch the stream for that.
Probably will be keeping updates on Twitter, Instagram, or Discord. If I'm not streaming, I'll like say, hey, just letting you all know. Because I don't want anyone to be like waiting.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that's about all we have
Yes.
going on. I'm just going to make a few videos and I'll hopefully be playing more GIM in the coming weeks.
Cool. If anyone would like to follow us on Twitter, it's Bunebape OSRS. Our Instagram, YouTube are both just Bunebape. Twitch.tv/Bunebape is where we stream. Go ahead and say hello to us. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all for listening. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for listening. This was a really fun week. Also,
Yeah.
shout out to our YouTube. It's actually /Bunebape now because we got an official
It's
name.
like /C/Bunebape.
Yeah, /C/Bunebape.
So cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we have a vanity URL now.
We
so
did
that's
not
pretty cool.
previously. It was like A2578.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of numbers and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you can actually search us by that if you want.
Yeah.
But that's going to be it. Thanks again for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.
All right. Talk to you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye. Meet
Meet mer.
Hey.